In this GibbsCAM Tech Tip, we will show you how to use multi-process programming to instantly apply multiple processes to shared part geometry. It can be a time saver by only having to select the part geometry once for multiple processes. Save the processes to your library for quick recall to other part files with only minimal changes required. Let's show you how this works step by step. We will start with an empty operation list and an empty process list, but we will stick with the tools since that's a very simple matter. Let's have a look at the tools that we're going to be using for this operation set. Number one, a 1/2 inch rougher, then a 1/2 inch finisher, a chamfer mill for the deburring. Next, we will use a spot drill, a number 29 drill, and an 832 spiral flute tap for these blind holes. Let's start by developing a volume mill process for the pocket. Clicking on volume mill, let's check our parameters, and the bottom of our pocket needs to be called out here at -850. Notice that is a double click, alt click on the bottom of the pocket. We're going to leave 10 thousandths of XY stock, 5 thousandths of Z stock. Next, let's bring the semi-finish cutter down and finish only the floors with a roughing process set to offset with cleanup. Same depth. Pocket stock will be 10 thousandths. Floor stock or Z stock will be 0. Next, a 1/2 inch cutter with a contour to finish the inner wall. We have our RPM and our feed rate. Our depth is set. Our lead in, lead out. Our stock will be 0. Cutter compensation is on. Lastly, for this operation set, we will select the chamfer mill and a contour. We will set the contour depth to -0.1 and the chamfer width to -0.025. That's the width of the chamfer here on the top of the part. All 4 processes are now ready. We only need to supply some geometry. We'll use the profiler, select the geometry, and click Do It. Notice that we have the process manager open down here in the corner because it takes a few extra seconds to process all of these at one time. And you get to see the progress meter telling you how long it's been running and what percentage of progress it's making in developing these 4 tool paths together. When these 4 tool paths are complete, they will show up here in the operation list, and they will now be linked together. When they are linked together, that means that we can move them around the program anytime that we want. And if we clear the process list, when we double click any one of those linked multi-processes, they will all be reloaded at the same time. Let's press the clear button again, and let's move on to working on the holes. We've used the hole manager to single out the holes. Let's start with the spot drill and go directly to a holes process. Our feed and speed set for this material, 4140, is there in the database. We will be using the hole manager for automated drilling. Our R level, our top of hole, this will be a chamfer, and yes, we want to adjust for the tool tip. The next process that we will build is the number 29 drill, still with a holes process, and then peck chip break. Our hole feature needs one change. We will change this to bottom of hole for feature depth Z. When you select this, it automatically senses where the bottom of the hole is. Even if all of these holes were at different levels, this one operation will drill them all at their corresponding depths. Lastly, we have an 832 tap, which we will set to rigid tap and an RPM of 400. And our hole manager will make one change there. Bottom of hole plus 100. So we want to stay 100 off the bottom of the hole. There are 9 holes in this part. If there were 90 or 900, there would be no additional clicks. We simply click one hole feature, right click, select the whole group, and click Do It. We now again have all of the operations done, and if we watch them run in the OpSim, again, you will see that they are all linked together, and when you double click one set, that entire set gets reloaded onto the process list, where you can make modifications and click redo even while the simulation is running. Let's review some of the fine points of multi-process programming in GibbsCAM. Multi-process programming allows you to define multiple tiles in the process list and apply them to the same geometry. You can create commonly used processes and only select the machining geometry once. These combined processes may be saved, recalled quickly, and applied to a new feature on the same part or in another GibbsCAM session altogether. Multi-process tiles are as easy to set up as single process tiles and require no extra steps. Rule 1 is that each process must be applied to the same piece and type of geometry. Example, drilling and pocket roughing may not be created together. Multiple features may be programmed at the same time as long as they are applied to the same piece and type of geometry. Now that this multi-process part is complete, let's move on to a totally different part file with 2 different pocket features in it. The depth of the pocket is a little bit different, so we will update those when we bring in the processes. Notice that the tool list is empty, the process list is empty, and the operation list is empty. We saved those earlier, and now we can simply reload them with a click. Update the pocket floors with a double click and an alt click on the pocket floor. Same for this one, for the floor finish, and the same for the contour wall finish. The deburr pass does not need to be updated because its depths and widths are correct. Using our control key, we will select both pieces of pocket geometry and hit the Do It button only once and create 7 brand new operations on a completely different part. Use multi-process programming to streamline and shorten your programming time. If you have any further questions, please contact your local GibbsCAM reseller.